as chosen ones, we need to be alone. Do you know what I mean? Because we have an assignment, and our assignment is sacred and it's deep and it needs to be completed.
I am everything and so are you and so are you. I am everything and so are you and so are you. Yeah.
It's CreezOn. Welcome to the You Army, because you are me. And this channel is for warriors of truth and self-mastery. Yo, today we're going to talk about why is it that as chosen ones we often feel alone. Now, we're the chosen ones because we know why we're here. Like, we ask questions, we delve deeper into things. Like, we just, I don't know, normal people who don't allow, this system that's clearly here to distract our original thought patterns from their original ways. You know what I mean? So those who understand. That's who we are as chosen ones. And obviously, as chosen ones who see the world the way we do, it's kind of hard to, feel a part of this system because we're so separate from it mentally. So it's kind of like, we feel alone sometimes. Like, we don't find a lot of people who vibrate on the same frequency as us. Do you know what I mean? It's a real thing. We understand that unity, but we're in a world that doesn't. So we're going to discuss the reasons why we feel alone and the ways that we can, shift our perception to make that okay. Because I think what we don't understand sometimes is that loneliness is not necessarily a bad thing. To be alone is not the same thing as being lonely. Like, being lonely is like, oh, I feel lonely. Like, it's a negative emotion. But to be alone can be easily perceived as something very positive. Like, solitude is sacred. When you're alone, you're in your natural essence, in your purest essence, where no one or nothing is intervening with your original expression. Like, right now, I'm alone and nothing is getting in the way of the waves between my voice and you listening. Like, nothing's influencing me apart from the birds and the bees and the trees around me, which is a positive influence. Nothing's influencing me negatively or taking my thought patterns away from its original process. So it's not being polluted. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's why as chosen ones we need to be alone. Do you know what I mean? Because we have an assignment, and our assignment is sacred and it's deep and it needs to be completed, because we have a certain brain, a certain mind that has allowed us to somehow see beneath the system they've put in place at this certain time in this, in this cycle of life. Because obviously they say we're in 2024, but I don't know where we are right now. You get me? We're just in an interesting time of the universe. Like, bro, system's kind of crazy, this Babylon thing to put on. But yo, back to the point, as chosen ones, why do we feel alone? Well, number two, relationship-wise, like, a lot of us feel alone relationship-wise as well. And it's kind of the same thing as I mentioned in the previous point, but obviously it just involves one person. When you're chosen one, it's like your energy is sacred, innit? So it's like, you want somebody that compliments you and helps you to see yourself in high definition, clearly. Like, you can look in their eyes and see you, do you know what I mean? In an abstract way, obviously, not exactly. Well, actually, yeah, very literally, because when you look in someone's eyes, you can see yourself. But I mean, in an abstract way of, like, they reflect you, they reflect your high qualities, they give you inspiration. And that's not easy to do or easy to find in a world where, we're influenced so negatively and so illusionary. As chosen ones, we might as well be alone, bro. Like, to be fair, like, if we ain't getting that high level, we might as well be alone, because otherwise it's gonna distract us from our purpose. Do you know what I mean? And our purpose is deeper than, to fill a temporary time slot of pleasure. Do you know what I mean? Because some people are not there to give you that deep, long-lasting experience that you're wishing for. Do Do you know what I mean? It's not that with everybody, and it's very rare to find that person. Gratefully, I've got a queen, and she's tapped in. Do you know what I mean? And she's amazing, and I give thanks for that. But I acknowledge that not everybody has that. Not everybody has had the opportunity to meet that person. So yeah, as chosen ones, we might as well be alone if we ain't got that person. And it's easier said than done, but at the same time, developing that relationship with yourself is also as real as developing a relationship with other people. So yeah, we gotta develop that self-relationship, and through that we can develop our understanding of ourselves, and who we really are becomes more solidified because we've spent that alone time. And now, yo, when I step out, I'm that guy. Do you know what I mean? So number 3, thirdly, as chosen ones, well, I liken the idea of being alone to the idea of silence, or the idea of emptiness, or the idea of whatever you want to call it. But that idea of empty space, like, you know, when you're alone with no other influence, no other voices around you to dictate your thoughts, it's a space of peace. And the way I see empty space is that empty space is the space for everything. So in nothingness is the potential energy for everything. So when we are alone and we give ourselves that space to breathe, not taking everything else, we're enabling ourselves to really tap in with ourselves and to actually plan and create what we need for our lives. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to do that when there's so much noise around. Do you know what I mean? But I think when we learn to tap in with ourselves, that's where our real journey begins, our real journey of awareness. And as chosen ones, once again, like, because we're aware of ourselves being important, we're aware of our path being deeper than the physical realm, it kind of activates that divinity, that spark of divinity that we all have in us. Obviously, we're all divine, we're all, do you know what I mean? We're all that, do you know what I mean? We're all that. There's pieces of the puzzle, we're all the same, but like, when you're aware of it, it's a different thing, bro, because you're enabling it to actually breathe, because you're paying it attention. Like, you know, when you give someone attention, like when I'm hungry, I feed my belly because it's hungry, and like when I feed it, that's when it activates, that's when it feels good, that's when it's fulfilled. So we need to fulfill that need. But if you're not aware of the need, then how can you fulfill it? So we have to be aware of it. And as chosen ones, we're aware. You know what I mean? So, yo, as chosen ones, this is how we push forth and we make use of our solitude and our loneliness. Or our aloneness, not even loneliness. But yeah, that's been me. I am CreezOn. I hope this video served you well. Blessings, yeah?
I'm everything and so are you and so are you. It's real energy only that we're bringing to the mandem. If it ain't that, it's more than a little interaction. When a pagan steps into my auric field, mathematical pattern, I split him into fractions. Lower self niggas get blinded by the light, I bring you all fake. That's your common denominator, I'm in action right now. I don't know about you, but maybe we can get into the talking and the chatting later. Man, I'm talking like the G's when they're not.